Dumb Money, the new movie that came out. It's a bit dumb, but in a good way. Of course, Dumb Money is please excuse me for not knowing what type of films they are, but it is in the same realm as these movies, a big George Foreman and Gran Turismo. I don't know if it's a biopic, but I don't know. But of course, it is based on a true story. What story was it based off of? It's of course the famous GameStop story that happened around the time of the pandemic, where it was basically the everyday man going up against the big top elites, right? Because you know how we were to invest in stocks, which would basically mean that we would hope or we would think that a company would thrive and our stock would be worth more. The top 1% play like the anti-stock market. They bet on a company to go under, and if it does go under, they get paid a ton of money, right? So of course, one bet, oh, GameStop's gonna fail, right? And then one dude, a YouTuber, right, or a Twitch streamer, Redditor, right, decides, you know what, I like this stock, right? But they didn't know that, well, I don't think he knew that Wall Street was betting on it. I don't know, but he started this whole movement where people started investing in GameStop, which made a lot of people rich, and a lot of rich people poorer, right? And of course, with this movie being in the same realms as the one I mentioned before, is this also a really good movie? Yes, actually, it's not as good as the others, but that is mostly because of the story, right? Of course, the GameStop story, which is a good story. Don't get me wrong. It's just I don't think it would be seen as highly as the other ones, right? But it is still a really good movie. Great cinematography, great actors. You got Pete Davidson, and some comedy. It's rated R for certain scenes to make sure that it's rated R by swearing a lot. It's not that bad actually. I usually complain when a lot of movies swear a bunch, but I think this one works. I don't find a problem with the swearing in this movie. And of course it goes with the main character, right? Starting his journey, basically talking about the stock. People starting to catch on, starting to invest in it, and they realized that the Wall Street people were betting on it. Like I said, so this time it was no longer making money. Now it was actively to hurt the 1%. And of course, the 1% cheated because the hedge fund, I think that's what they're called, was basically going under, going bankrupt because of the GameStop people, right? So then his friends try to bail him out, right? Oh, you're broke, don't worry, we got you. Just tell us how much money you need and we got you, right? And then they realize this is not fair. He should be bankrupt. There's no way that he should just be bailed out like that just for him to continue being rich, right? And it gets to the point where Robinhood, the investing app, also gets involved too. And all of them, from the hedge fund people, some other guy, I don't know who that guy was, I forgot, but he definitely was one of the Wall Street people, the CEOs of Robinhood, or at least one of them, and of course the main guy, right? Some dude named Kitty, right? That's his whole persona. He loves kitty cats. Does he have a kitty cat of his own? No, he does not. But he does have a kid, so whatever, right? Of course, they go into Congress stating their cases. Why? Because it really was something that was bad, right? Why should the 1% be able to just be bailed out while we get to suffer? If we get a stock wrong and we lose all our money, we're basically homeless. We're gonna have to do certain things. But for these people, they just get bailed out and they just continue being rich. That's not fair. These people should be held accountable. And of course, the collusion between Robinhood and some other people, basically at a certain point in the movie, and I would obviously in a certain point in real life, some people basically bribed, I would assume, bribed Robinhood in and not letting people be allowed to buy. With that, not only not being able to buy, they also closed down the subreddit for the Wall Street people, right? The GameStop guys, where they communicated and all that stuff, which is really weird because the dude also has a YouTube channel. Like you see him go live on YouTube, right? So like, oh man, I didn't hear from him for quite some time. Could he just not have gone on YouTube? I mean, I would assume that's where he got most of his fans, because that's where it kind of starts, where his popularity starts, right? But of course, since Robinhood wouldn't allow people to buy anymore, and they couldn't communicate with each other, it caused a mass panic where a lot of people did sell, but then eventually went back up, right? But that's basically the whole synopsis of the movie. Basically, a bunch of 99 percenters were going up against the 1 percenters, and they even made it to Congress. And it's a funny movie. It's quite a funny movie. Pete Davidson, although I didn't like him in his other roles in movies, he's good in this one, right? And of course, there's a fun dynamic. I don't know if obviously it would be spoilers if you still haven't known, but basically when he first started, he got hurt. He wasn't getting. He was basically getting made fun of by some dude named Balls, right? He was continuously made fun of, and then later on in the movie, he finds out that it's his brother. His brother is the one that was making fun of him the entire time. That was just dumb. It is funny. It gets and not only that. How could I forget? It goes not only through his story, but it goes through three different other stories, right? Of how they were affected by the whole ordeal, right? Two college students, a minimum wage worker working at GameStop. I don't know if he actually truly worked at GameStop, but it's really cool because the mall was actually empty, right? There was no one in the store, just GameStop and maybe like a couple other ones. It was really good, right? And I think a nurse. Unfortunately, for some reason in the movie, it claims that she never sold, which is dumb. I don't know why she wouldn't have sold. That's kind of dumb because GameStop is definitely not doing too well right now. But all that stuff. But it does show their situations and why they do need the money, right? Except the GameStop employee, he's all right. I mean, he's just a minimum wage worker. It's not like he has something actively going against him. He's poor, which then again is still a good reason to get money, right? But the other ones have college debt, and the other one has kids, right? That their dad left them, which is sad. And like I said, it's a good movie. The Congress thing, of course, was that he was basically doing I would assume a pump and dump, a squeeze, like, oh, everyone invests in this, and then he sells his stocks and all that stuff. But he proves his innocence, and the others do not. One of the hedge funds permanently closed that we know of, that they say they confirmed, and lawsuits happened and were dropped because, well, of course they would. But overall, Dumb Money is a really good movie. It's really dumb. How I didn't think too much of it. I wanted to watch it. I thought it's gonna be an alright movie. GameStop. It's a good movie. It's a good watch. The cinematography is good. It's not great because I watch other movies this year that do have great cinematography, so I can't put this in the same realm. But it is good cinematography, lighting, all that stuff, characters. I hate saying characters because they're real life people, but actors, they're great actors. You got a lot of them. Of course, it's a rated R movie, so there are a little weird parts in it that you should probably know, but it's not outright weird unless you don't leave the theater after the movie. There's like a somewhat credit scene. It's not a credit scene, but it basically after the movie going through everyone's like journey and how much they're worth now, which they're worth quite a bit of money. He runs naked, by the way. He runs naked because it's a callback to his brother who was there to run naked in a thunderstorm. So, it's a great movie. Would I recommend it? Out of all the movies, no. I mean, I hate to say I wouldn't truly recommend it because there's a lot of great movies that came out this year. But it is a really good movie. You should probably go watch it. Discount Tuesday is always going to be your best friend. You think, I don't think I like this movie. Just go on Discount Tuesday. It's cheap. You go. And you're on with your day. But anyways, like I said, hope you enjoy this video. Next one is The Exorcist Believer. And hopefully a Halloween themed video. Maybe Jason, Freddy, whatever, right? But anyways, like I said, hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.